All right, let's go ahead and take a look at flying butterfly and then into inverted flying butterfly. They're both the same pose. One is just upright and one is inverted. So she's going to begin standing. Silk is in front. She can connect one foot into the silk. The fabric should be like a stirrup at the foot. Doesn't matter which foot she starts with because both feet will end up in the fabric. Once she has it, she's going to slide her arms up. And I'm going to, first time through, I'll show you the assist. So usually for this here, I'm right behind her, supporting at the hips. She's going to step her left foot in to meet her right. So her body creates an L position. Now from there, she's going to turn her toes out and down, bringing the feet bottoms together, pointing those toes completely down, and then pulling her body up. Now if she was struggling to pull her body up, that's where I would kind of help and give her a little extra assist if she needed. So once she's here, you guys can probably see the chest is really close to the fabric. So the fabric and the chest should be pretty close together. Sometimes with new students, they're really like leaning back and dumping back. It's gonna make them feel a lot more heavy. So you do wanna make sure that they're pretty close towards the silk. Once she has that, if she needs the help, I'll usually reach around and I'll grab a hold of the fabric and just bring one shoulder to give her some stability. She'll take one arm through in front of the silk. Try not to get an elbow in the face when they do that, so just make sure you keep an eye on where their elbows are going. And then the elbow is going to go in front as well. It's going to work to find the balance. Now for new students, they'll do this little back bend thing because they're afraid of falling forward. Little do they know, if they fall any which direction, we actually want them to fall forward because they'll end up caught in the silk. So as her instructor, I'm not really worried about her going that way. I'm more so worried about her going back. That's why getting in, I'm really working on supporting from the back, because if she falls back, nothing's going to catch her and it can be a little bit scary and potentially get hurt. So not really worried about her going forward. So I'm going to cue her to keep her chest up, not dumping into lower back or creating that back bend. And if she feels pretty stable, then she can just work on finding the balance here. And she'll turn towards the camera so you'll be able to kind of see what this looks like. Okay. For some students that they have tension or injuries in their knee and their ankles, this can definitely be too much. So feel free to give them something else to work on if it is too much while the rest of the class continues. So if we're going to go, so this is that flying butterfly. So if we're going to go for inverted flying butterfly, I'm going to pick one side, up to you which side you go to, and I'm going to take my hand, so I'm cupping the palm to the closest shoulder. Keep in mind I don't want to reach across, okay? Because as she goes forward, my arm might end up in front of her neck, and I don't want to do that. So hand in front of the shoulder, the other hand is going to go to the sacrum. Now I'm going to cue her. She's going to grab a hold of the silk with the thumbs in front. Now the grip is going to be pretty important. If the fingers are in front, it can be a little uncomfortable on the wrist, so make sure thumbs are in front. Then I'm just going to offer a little bit of support. She's just going to bow forward, guiding the fabric to the crease of the hip creases, and gently lowering down. So I'm just kind of sometimes, once she's here, she can release her hands, interlace her fingers behind her back, take a shoulder stretch. She can grab opposite elbows. She can really do whatever she'd like with her arms. So the reason why I like to do that little assist is sometimes people lose some control and they go really fast. Again, I'm not really worried about them getting hurt because I know that they're going to be caught in silk. I'm more so worried about them getting scared. So I do that just to offer a little bit of assistance to slow them down as they're getting in. Now once they're here, they're pretty locked in position. So once you get them here, you don't really have to worry about them until it's time to get out. So I always will let my students know when I get them in, let me know if you want to come out sooner before I come back to get you, and just let me know and I can come and help. So a bunch of different options with the arms. The options are endless. So right now she's grabbing opposite elbows. The arms are just above the head. She's relaxing. She can interlace the fingers behind her back and take a shoulder stretch. She's working the hands away from that lower back. She can place the hands on the thighs and push the thighs up, and that will offer a nice decompression in that lower back. She can create a twist. So she reaches one hand across the opposite thigh, the other hand's going to go either behind the back, or she can grab a hold of the silk, grab at the thigh, anything she can get, and use that to rotate looking past that shoulder. Inhale through center. She can exhale, try the other side. You always have a little bit more mobility, more flexibility on one side versus the other. And then the last option that I'll give you guys for the arms, but of course feel free to make up things as you go, is reverse purr behind the back. So she's going to get the palms together. Beautiful. So the fingertips point down towards the head, and then the elbows away from the sides. She's probably getting about ready to come out now. So I'm gonna have her reach up, grab a hold of the silk. Now I'm gonna have her do the incorrect grab first, which might be a little hard for her because she's used to doing this correctly. So you'll know right away if it's incorrect because their arms don't really work that way. So let's stick with this. So she's gonna push her feet down and roll up. Now if you notice, oh, she did it correctly, sorry. So do it incorrectly, so switch. There we go. So most students are gonna grab like this their first time through. And you'll know that it's not correct because it won't work. So she's gonna come up, and you'll notice how it's really, she's not able to bend her arms, her elbows, so she's not really able to pull herself up. So that's what you'll know right away. The first thing I want to do as her instructor is check her grip and just have her flip her grip. Good. So yes, so thumb should be in front of the silk, okay? Now helping her get up, she's gonna push her feet down. You need to give her a point of reference or a point of weight, and then one hand in front of the shoulder, and she's very gonna gently come on up. Now when she's up, I move back towards the back because I am worried about her falling this way. So right away I move, and then she's just gonna start rewinding. She's got a hold of the silk, she's gonna release one shoulder, the other shoulder, extend the legs, step one foot out, and then the other foot to the ground.